Mrs. Gardner. There's been much back and forth in the media about who had the lower tax rates and fewer fees while each of you presided over the county commission. Looking into the future, with all its uncertainty about what might happen in Frederick County, tell us your general philosophy about taxation. Under what circumstances is it acceptable to raise taxes, and how does your approach ensure that the county will remain fiscally sound?
Well, I want to set the record straight. When I was president of the Board of County Commissioners from 2006 to 2010, we controlled spending. Over 4 years, our budget only grew by less than $2 million, or less than 0.5%. Since I left, spending has skyrocketed by almost 20%. If you take out the fire tax district, it's 10%. When I was president of the county commissioners, we did not raise taxes, but the current board has raised your taxes. If you live here in Brunswick, when the fire tax was merged into the property tax districts, your taxes went up 4.8 cents or 5%. So Mr. Young has voted to raise your taxes, but he will tell you he hasn't. We also reduced spending. I'm the only candidate up here for county executive who has been part of a board who has adopted a budget less than the year before. We earned the county's first AAA bond rating and left the county with a $12.5 million surplus. I do not plan to raise taxes. I plan to change priorities. I will invest in education, public safety, and core services by doing 2 things. 1, ending the privatization that is costing us all more. Yes, there's fewer county employees, but there's more contract employees, and you're paying millions of dollars more for the same services. The budget's gone up every single year. We don't have smaller government, we have more expensive government. And I'll end the $160 million of taxpayer subsidies approved by the Young Board to 2 residential developers. Our property taxes are going to pay for infrastructure for those projects instead of going to education, to public safety, and other core services. And that is wrong. I think it's morally and ethically wrong, and it's the wrong priorities for Frederick County.
Thank you.
I believe citizens deserve a county executive who will tell you the truth and will put you ahead of developer profits.
Thank you, Ms. Gardner. And now your response, Mr. Young.
Well, the response is you can't run for your record. You're trying to rewrite history. Over 33 votes to attempt to raise taxes and fees. I don't know how many taxes and fees. A tax on your home alarm system, a tax on your garbage disposal, your dishwasher, you name it. Where do you stand on the rain tax? Where do you exactly stand on the rain tax? And if you're not going to raise taxes, how are you going to propose, how are you going to fund all this spending you're talking about? Let's talk about facts. In 2009, you had a budget of $524 million. The general fund was $476 million. The urban fire tax was $35 million. The suburban fire tax is about $4 million. Permitting and code was $7.5 million. That's $525 million. Today, the FY 2015 budget's $525.6. That's 6 years later. You didn't reduce spending because you wanted to. You reduced spending because you had to, because of the economy and what the state cut. You never cut a tax or fee because you didn't want to. You haven't. Every tax or fee there is, you like, and you tried to raise. We have reduced the tax rate. We ended the tax equity dispute with municipalities, which you tried to ramrod and cut, and people are paying double taxation. The general fund was having to subsidize the fire tax districts. That's why we got downgraded to a AAA negative, and that's why under this board, we've got the best bond ratings in the history of Frederick County. 2 AAAs, and we're ranked as one of the top 10 counties in America. That happened because tough decisions had to be made, and I did what I said I would do.